thought to us, I wonder what would happen if I challenged some of our university students in Chi Alpha. Hey, who here is willing to give a year and pray about a lifetime? And so we talked a little bit with Gary Pascal and Eli Gautreaux and said, hey, you know what? Let's do a weekend that is a Friday afternoon through a Sunday afternoon, and just make it all missions, bring in some of our world missionary friends, and just share a complete weekend on nothing but missions. So we organized that, and the first one was at Sam Houston State Chi Alpha. And we took the whole weekend. We did meal with the missionary. Everything we did here, we did it. And I remember Eli said, Eli, just bring, juniors and seniors and our some of our North Texas people. Let's just kind of concentrate on juniors and seniors. We had about 75 students there. Brought in some of our missionary friends, and we basically did in a mini scale what we're doing here right now. But for the first time, we were going to try something. For the first time, I was going to see what would happen if we challenge this generation to abandon their own dreams and desires, step up and say, I can do this. I can give a year and pray about a lifetime. So we went through the whole summit. And Lee Jenkins, who was serving in Pakistan at that time, he was our final speaker. And he shared about some of the things that had gone on in Pakistan. And just a few months prior to that, in one of our churches, there had been a bomb that had gone off. Terrorist bomb, and it killed some of the parishioners in the church there. And things were a little startling. They were tenuous. And Lee got up and he shared, and he was the final speaker. And I was going to go up and challenge these 75 students. Now, just before this service, one of the guys from Sam comes up to me, grabs me by the arm, and he is crying real tears, man. I mean, this Sam man is crying real tears. And he goes, Scott, I need you to pray for me. I need you to pray for me right now. I thought maybe his mother had passed away or, something. I said, what is it? How can I pray for you? I'm a senior. So we sit down, and Lee had shared. And I came up for the first time. First time we'd ever tried this. I looked out, and I said, you've heard all of our missionaries. You sat with me with the missionaries. If you're willing to give a year and pray about a lifetime and serve with Lee Jenkins in Pakistan, I would like you to stand up right now. Okay. It was this. Dead silence. And I had no worship band. There's no backup. I'm going way out on a limb here, okay? Never try, but I'm going way out on a limb. So I'm standing up here alone, and I mean, it is dead silence, and nobody dared make eye contact with anyone else. And nobody moves. I thought surely somebody would step up, and it's dead, and nobody moves. I'm waiting. Now, if we sit here for 15 seconds, it's dead silence. You're starting to feel a little uncomfortable. I'm not kidding, man. We've gone over a minute. And I'm starting thinking, I have no plan B, but maybe I should get the band up now. It's like, and the Holy Spirit stopped me and said, Scott, these students didn't hear you say, who'll give a year and pray about a lifetime in Pakistan. What they heard you say is who was willing to die for me. And he said, just wait. Don't move. And in silence, we sat there. And all of a sudden, one young man stood up. He was the first one to ever respond to the call. He stood up. And then another. And then another. And then we began to make calls to others. And it began to precipitate a movement. The ball started moving slowly, and we know what's happened to Sam Houston State from that and some of our other Texas schools, but the ball started moving slowly as students started stepping up as men and women of God and said, we can do this if we will, and we will. There was a young lady from Oklahoma State University. Her name was Erica Hightower. And Erica stepped up and said, I will go to Pakistan. And Erica was our first deliberate give-a-year student like this who went to Pakistan. She worked with Mark Brink and Mark Hosfeld and some of our other missionaries in Pakistan. And I was very concerned, and so I'd dialogue back and forth with the Brinks and the Hosfelds. How's it going? They gave me reports. Then as it came at the end of the tenure of Erica, Mark Hosfeld sent me an email, Scott, I've got a regret about Erica. And I just went, oh man, not with our first one, please. He said, I regret that I cannot multiply her 1,000 times over. And at that moment, the Spirit of the Lord spoke to me and said, you can multiply her 1,000 times over and 10,000 times over. We can do this if we will.